hold up. I'm about to lose it.
Can I put this cup under your face and some tears?
When the greatest games go up against one another, inevitably some will fall. But those who were defeated early now have a chance to rise once again. Today, Austin Hargrave, Gerard Khalil, Jared Knabenbauer, and Shane Gill join me, Forrest Lee, as the losers bracket rages on. It's Majora's Mask, Paper Mario, and Star Fox 64, and this is Madness.
This might be the toughest matchup we have in this entire series. It's Majora's Mask, Paper Mario, and Star Fox 64. Three very different games, three very good games.
Okay, first off, how did these three games end in the losers bracket? That's what I want to know.
How did they, Lee?
Sorry.
So, well, let's kick it off. Of the three, best game is easily Paper Mario.
What?
I'd agree with it.
What?
Right.
Yeah.
Paper Mario.
What?
Explain yourself. What is there to explain? Have you played Paper Mario? It's dope.
It expands the Mushroom Kingdom, your understanding of the Mushroom Kingdom, like no other game does. Better than Super Mario RPG.
Yeah, really does.
Gerard, are you as upset as I am right now?
Who's like the hair is raising right now.
It has very iconic characters. The partners are all great. The bosses are great. It's a funny game. It's I think it's probably the first game that made me laugh out loud.
It's hilarious and like.
Let's talk about the first game that made me cry. How about that? Let's talk about Majora's
Star
Mask.
Fox 64.
Hey, there's some sad stuff in Star Fox. See, that's the thing is like Star Fox is probably going to be the third wheel here. I mean, I don't know. You never know once we talk about it.
It's a shame because Star Fox is a brilliant freaking game.
Yeah, it is. I love it.
It's at the bottom of this.
I mean, let's not count it out just yet. We got plenty of time.
You could swing me.
Look, here's the thing. I love RPGs though, so that's why I would pick Paper Mario naturally over Star Fox 64.
Yeah, it's a very well-made RPG. You'd never really feel like you tread the same ground over and over again.
It's adorable. The art style holds up today just because of the overall aesthetics of it.
Yeah.
I want to go back to the point that you made about it expanding the Mushroom Kingdom.
Yeah.
Did any of that really stick, though?
Yes.
Like, is it like this is a legitimate question? Like, what was introduced there that is still relevant today?
Well, gave Toad more of a personality. All the Toads.
How about this? All of the stars from Paper Mario ended up being used in a later Mario Party game. So,
one non-canon game to another non-canon game.
Oh, we're gonna argue Mario canon now? Is that where we're at?
Hey, you be kind. He's 26 and he's a plumber. Let's leave it that way, okay?
But really though, Paper Mario did define a lot of the personalities, traits of like the Goombas and the Koopas and Paratroopers and stuff like that you see in other games today.
It was fun seeing all these Mushroom Kingdom enemies be good characters.
Yeah, as people rather than just things to stomp on.
Yeah, like Koopas in a village and there's a Goomba town and like all this stuff. Like, you know, before they were just mindless enemies.
Whereas like something like Majora's Mask, that game's just a rehash.
Oh, whatever. They actually, I mean, like we're talking.
It literally uses so much for mockery in that time. Tell me I'm wrong.
Wait,
Hold up.
I'm about to lose it.
You just want to get these buttons pushed. You want to push these buttons.
I don't have a button for shut the fuck up.
I'm not wrong though. It literally reuses so many assets.
On a technical level.
On a technical level. Okay. Yes, Paper Mario is a more original game.
Before we
I have to reign in control. I have to put down my gavel.
All right. I object, but all right.
Okay, you're saying that because Majora's Mask reused a lot of the same assets, like
irrelevant.
Yes, those were the same technical assets, but
he doesn't even believe what he's saying.
Paper Mario took like fucking Goombas and shit, and it's like you can't.
What the f*** Zelda uses Octoroks and Zoras.
No, I'm saying, like, what is the difference between Paper Mario using like a Goomba or whatever, and then just reusing like the Long Line Ranch models, which they gave like I'm talking about like the characters there, that they gave them real character in where did Majora's Mask take place?
Termina, yeah. Clocktown.
Yeah, they gave them like personality and term, and you gave a shit about them more so than you did in Ocarina of Time. They gave them character. Yeah,
Yeah.
they reused the same assets.
That's what I was gonna
but-
say. Which then you're talking about, oh wow, there's all these enemies that are they're villagers and stuff, but most of them are totally pointless. Just about every NPC character in Majora's Mask is a part of its own their own individual storyline, if not multiple storylines. That is something that not even any other Zelda game can say.
So do the Paper Mario partners.
But
They all have their
that's-
own personal reasons for joining you.
Again, just from a complete technical standpoint, Paper Mario on that level is more.
They opened up Photoshop and made something.
Yes.
Irrelevant.
Gerard,
but one thing I will concede is that the as far as the graphics are concerned, Paper Mario, except for maybe the texture quality, is just about as timeless as you can get.
And doesn't need an expansion pack to run, so it's a little bit easier
Who
to
cares?
play the damn game. in the
Gerard,
first
I
place.
feel your aura just pulse. You are very,
There's
very
flames
warm right
coming
now.
out.
Yeah.
Gerard, don't tell me that you're pushing for Star Fox and I'm fighting. Like we have to join forces.
Okay. This is a debate about 3 games. So
Yeah,
I feel like we
that's-
should talk about all 3.
Yeah.
Pretty as evenly as we can.
Sure.
With that said, we have to talk about what makes them great N64 games. At the core of what they are. From what we've established in this season so far, what makes a good N64 game starts out as multiplayer.
Only one of these games.
Only
got
one of these games has
multiplayer.
It's not a
multiplayer.
good multiplayer,
And unfortunately, if you've not completed the game, you're not going to be able to enjoy the full robust experience of Star Fox 64's multiplayer. It gets stale very quickly.
Would you be able to enjoy it anyway?
It's not very robust in the first place. Limited levels, limited power-ups. It gets pretty stale pretty quickly. It did bring the Rumble Pack to the table, though, which was very much utilized in Majora's Mask and in Ocarina of Time. In the essence, though, of what Paper Mario is, it's an RPG. It's an adventure game. So is Majora's Mask.
And on that same note, I mean, Star Fox 64 is to this day considered by most people the best Star Fox game. So obviously they
So
they
good that
really
they made it
really
several times.
Yeah, they really nailed what they were going for as far as an on-rail space shooter. I mean, it's just about you can't really get much better than Star Fox 64 as far as other Star.
And again, another argument in its favor. If I asked you to say one quote from Paper Mario to really iconicize the game, what would it be? Majora's Mask.
Yeah, and
Star Fox.
how many?
Take care of the guy behind you, Fox. Do a barrel roll.
Just tons. Just
Yeah.
tons.
I guess I should be thankful.
Games that you could joke around with around the table and like reminisce about times and moments and memories.
Star Fox.
Star
had an
Fox.
impact.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
even something as simple as like remember the main menu of that game where like you move your analog stick and they all look at the 64
Oh, yeah, yeah.
that like
It's pretty
goes
charming.
around.
Yeah.
Like that's great. Let's talk about the music because it's great.
All 3 of these great
Yeah.
games had great music.
For sure.
Yeah, they all did. I would honestly say between them all, I feel like Majora's Mask's music is the weakest.
What? Never mind.
No, no,
I was in the ocean.
Because like,
And that's not
Dude.
a like detriment to Majora's Mask. That's a compliment to the strength
yeah,
of the music
like
of these other games.
Clocktown theme, great. Overworld map, another rendition of the classic Zelda theme, which is good. And that's all the
And
really music.
the
that stands
Clocktown
out
theme
to me.
changes depending on what
Yeah,
the
yeah,
day is.
which is cool. Like it gets more menacing. And
Yeah,
I like that.
Which
a lot.
I always thought was.
I think all the, but like to the credit to all the Ocarina songs in Majora's Mask, I like more than even Ocarina of Time. It's just because like all of them just feel like
Yeah, like the actual
they have
Ocarina
so much
music.
more weight and importance, especially the song Healing.
They're
Right? It's just-
really, really good rehashes.
Music-wise, they're all great.
I think if we're talking the strongest, in my opinion, it has to be Star Fox.
I think I would agree.
Koji Kondo did the Star Fox 64 music, and it's so outside of his wheelhouse, and it's still so good.
yeah.
Like,
I think sound design in general in Star Fox is good. Like when you get hit by an asteroid or something, you're like, oh shit, I got
Yeah,
hit.
the sound effects.
Yeah.
it's like I mean,
I would say all 3 games have such good music that it is. It's so close that one factor can't be a defining
almost
thing between
irrelevant.
all of the games.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
It's
it's
They
like
cancel each other out.
Yeah,
It's
but
like-
between all of them, Star Fox, I would say, does have the best.
It's like I don't necessarily even agree with that, but it's so subjective, and I don't have
Yeah.
a music degree, so I'm not gonna die. I'm not gonna die on that hill. I think it's almost irrelevant for
people
me.
with music
at this
degrees,
point.
please comment about these three.
I think something that we
Write us a thesis.
Yes, please.
something that we talked about for a hot second, but I think that we should revisit with Majora's Mask is the characters. Specifically, one of the best characters that, in my opinion, doesn't get a lot of love and that's Tingle. Tingle is one of the funniest, weirdest, most bizarre characters to come out of.
And he has yet to die.
And
Despite a lot of people wanting him to, he has yet to
I remember
die.
when everyone hated him.
Yeah, he's turned into a meme.
He's got some deep lore going on that no one knows about.
Daddy issues.
Yeah, but he just
Doesn't he have like
Just wants to get laid.
Doesn't he have like indentured servants that he makes dress like himself?
In Wind Waker, he does. Yeah.
One of them is his brother.
Yeah.
along with Tingle and a lot of the side characters for Majora's Mask, you can't dismiss them. Like they're
such good characters. I can't think of a single game, especially not on the N64, that has a deep of NPC characters and side quests.
When you do a quest in Majora's Mask, it feels like you're going on a stroll with that character for those 3 days, and you're getting to know them, what's bothering them in their lives, who they love, who they
Some
hate.
really dark stuff sometimes.
And it goes down that rabbit hole of like
Alien abductions.
Depression, whatever it may be.
Yeah, and not to like rehash the it's dark and moody discussion, but it is kind of emotionally impactful when you help these people get over their problems. Then you have to reset, and they're
That's the thing that always
has
gets
this, like Back to the Future vibe where when you rewind time and you're like, should I ruin their timeline or should I just stick to what we went through so much together?
Yeah,
And you have an emotional connection with those characters, and that says a
keeps
lot
you
to
going.
me. That says a lot
It's
to
like-
me because there's not very many games on the N64 where you have emotional commitments to characters because most of the graphics and the storytelling is not that great on the N64.
I can't think of any character I'm emotionally attached to in Paper Mario.
Mario.
Who's emotionally attached to Mario?
Sorry. Who else? Bowser. Bowser's
amazing
fantastic in that game.
Yeah.
That game like solidified Bowser's personality
That
for
really
every
did.
Mario game from that onwards.
that very much gave him a character
bad guy.
outside of exactly.
Well, they kind of got some from the cartoons, right?
It took a little bit of what was in Super Mario RPG and then built upon it and then went from there, and every game since, that's Bowser.
Let me throw this out to you guys, because after all this discussion, this is where it's put me, because I came into this like, Paper Mario, I think is my favorite game of all this. But when it comes down to which one I'd vote as like the best N64 game, again, what I said earlier like resonated with me was which one had the greatest impact. And because of that, right now I'm sitting at Star Fox 64. I know, that sounds insane. Here's the thing. Hear me out. Like Star Fox 64 came out, everyone was like, Star Fox 64!
And there was never a good Star Fox game again.
That's not true.
That's not true. Majora's Mask.
Majora's
Mask didn't become cool until years and years after it came
It did
out.
take a long time.
cares if
for
it's
people to
cool?
appreciate
People
it.
look-
I liked it when it first came out.
No, I mean, like, people had to look back and be like, oh yeah, I think that was a
It was
a
a
better
but
show.
that happens with
Majora's
every
Mask-
Zelda game.
When Majora's Mask came out, a lot of people did not like it.
That happens with every single Zelda game.
Majora's Mask was very much for years the dark horse of that franchise. Like,
More so than other
and
Zelda
then,
games.
and then Wind Waker came out, and then like, Majora's Mask was way cooler.
Yeah.
When Majora's Mask, people didn't appreciate that until long after the N64 was dead, so how
Right.
can you say it's the best N64
But when
game?
Star Fox came out, people were all over
It
Star
worked-
Fox. And like,
It's not the best N64 game. We're talking about a loser's bracket here right now, so which is somehow it's on the loser's
Austin, you are
bracket.
reaching so hard.
I'm just saying.
How am I
I'm
reaching?
sorry, man.
So, no, I want to hear this because
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. That's where where I'm sitting at. I'd probably vote Star Fox 64 because of that impact, and I feel like I'm going crazy because
Okay.
that doesn't seem right. So I want to hear everyone else.
Here's the thing. I was also Team Majora's Mask, and once again, the Star Fox 64 boat is starting to peel in.
How
for
are we
me
going
now.
from between Paper Mario and Majora's Mask, and now we're talking
I'm
about?
telling you, man. The minute we look at all three games, it's a different conversation.
I don't see how Star Fox has had the most impact out of the three.
Well, okay.
I would argue Paper Mario had more impact.
I'm gonna throw two things out there that makes
Okay.
Star Fox 64 incredibly impactful from a marketing perspective and from one that lasted in the industry. And I talked about this last time. Number one, we had the Star Fox 64 promotional VHS tape that went out that involved,
Where
for the
Sony
first
and
time
Sega-
ever, Sony and Sega kidnapping Mario in an attempt to get the details
torturing him, yeah.
torturing him. And that, while it may have been weird, at the time we were like, oh my god, Nintendo is being kidnapped by Sega and Sony, and they're trying to get secrets?
It was a big thing of Nintendo being like, they don't have this, but they bet they wish they did.
And the big thing to back that up, which my second point is, the Rumble Pack. This thing, yes, it was impactful for the N64, but it set the standard for vibration mechanics going forward
In the entire industry.
industry.
Here's a question. Couldn't they have done that with just about any N64 game? It's almost
But
like
they
they
didn't. Star Fox did.
Also,
But it doesn't.
No, the difference is though is because every single impactful and beneficial thing that happened in Star Fox 64 is reflected in the Rumble Pack.
Did
get
utilize
hit?
it like
Where-
this is one of the best games to use.
Is the Rumble Pack part of the game, or is it just a piece of hardware that they could have designed for any game?
Rumble Pack works with Majora's Mask, right?
Yeah.
That's true. It does.
I think the argument they're making here is that it could have been with any of those games, but it wasn't, and we're not here to argue an alternate universe, right? In our universe, it came out with Star Fox.
I don't care what the first game was.
Well, if
I still think Star Fox.
What
used
game
it
used it best?
Star Fox.
Star Fox.
Did it?
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
Like if you
Why?
go back,
Name a better game that did it better.
I'm asking you why did Star
Like,
Fox do
if
it
you
best?
go back and check it out, like that's like one of the few games to actually use like the different intensities of rumbles really, really well. Like shooting a charge shot felt like just like a little bit.
Yeah,
When
it
you
was-
get hit, that thing shook.
And you
Like,
take
I'm not disagreeing with you, but when the moon falls in Majora's Mask and you have the rumble in, and,
Yeah.
and it's
And
vibrating,
you literally
you
watch
see
Link die. and-
Yeah, that one time where it falls, if you suck at the game, whereas in Star Fox, it's consistent throughout your entire experience.
So,
I just said
So
the
you're-
game.
Star
I wanted
Fox
to
is better
see what
than
happened if I
Majora's
lost.
Mask. Rumble Pack.
You're arguing the one situation where it's used really well in Majora, and we're offering
Star Fox
how
is-
many for Star Fox?
Star Fox
But
is
it just
the
seems
entire
that-
time.
Yeah, one of the most impactful moments of the game. It was
Yeah,
used
it's
well.
the whole
of course
game is
it-
built up to that moment.
Oh,
Right, but the
oh,
whole-
it
you don't
works
buy
well
it-
when you get shot. Okay, cool.
Paper
Yeah,
Mario's
I mean-
Rumble Pack.
Hey Einstein, I'm on your side.
Which of these games is most important in the meme economy, though?
Star Fox. Every single line from Star Fox is like Star Wars.
Do people
prequel
still meme up
kind
Star
of-
Fox these days, though? or-
Absolutely.
I'm on your side.
Every single time.
Yeah.
Memes usually come from bad writing.
Star Fox was intentionally trying to be canon.
Yeah, it was in.
Do you know that
No,
Yes.
but it,
for a fact?
Yes.
Are you sure?
No.
Be careful, Fox. I'm on it.
We're
I li-
going
and I
to
love-
have to vote, guys.
Damn it. Start with Shane.
Shane.
Okay. Paper Mario. That's my vote. I
Alright.
think it's the best game of the three.
All right. Anyone else got a vote?
I'm gonna throw Majora's Mask. I feel like I didn't do a very good job of really defending it, but I
You
think
didn't.
I think I didn't even get a chance to like say anything the whole time we've been talking. But anyway, I mean, it's Majora's Mask. I think it's almost not even really that big of a question. No disrespect to Star Fox 64. I love Star Fox.
No
64.
disrespect, but stuff.
I don't think it should really even be that close. I thought we were gonna toss it away at the beginning.
Pro Gerard, do you have anything
You
wanna-
gonna finish this for us?
I think at the end of the day, if we're talking about the best N64 game, I'm gonna have to give it to Majora's Mask.
Thank God.
There's just too much in the game for me to write off as like, yeah, it's a great freaking game. There's so much good in it, and it makes me feel several different emotions. As much as I love Star Fox and how iconic it is, I think I have to get to Majora's.
Part of me, to keep things interesting, wants to say Paper Mario.
Go with that part.
But I feel like voting. But man, like the more I just think about Star Fox and how much it did. But no, with what you said, Shane, Paper Mario is a great game for 30 hours. So I'm gonna go with Paper Mario.
Lee, you have the
You
honor.
are the deciding factor.
Based on the argument, Star Fox 64 is no. Star Fox 64 is personally my favorite game on this system, but for the sake of the show, I'll knock that
I
one
guess
out.
it's irrelevant now.
Yeah. So, Shane, don't beat me up, but
No promises.
I'm gonna have to give it to Majora's Mask.
They're all good games.
Yeah.
This was rough because there were so many less negatives between the games and so many more positives that aligned across the board.
Yeah.
I don't really have a bad word to say about any of these games. to be
Right.
Yeah. Other than that, Majora's is a rehash.
Irrelevant.
This was 3 of the best games on this console.
Yeah, it's an
like-
amazing that this was the losers bracket.
I mean, I'm almost kind of impressed at how much Star Fox stuck with me throughout most of that argument. Because I was ready to like just immediately dismiss that one, like much like we did Mario Kart 64.
Yeah.
But man,
Then you start talking about it, and you're like,
I was
oh
like-
yeah, remember that? Yeah.
exactly. They literally remade Star Fox 64 and Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time all for the 3DS. When I play the 3DS version of Star Fox 64, it makes me just want to play the 64 version.
Yeah.
They changed all the voice acting, right?
Most of it, yeah.
Yeah.
But if I play like the 3DS version of Majora's Mask, I'm like, oh, the 3DS version is
pretty
this is
good.
great. This is much
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
Which is so bizarre,
that's
and I feel like it's
fascinating.
more of a testament to the literal 64 version of Star Fox
Yeah.
64.
I think that was just like a perfect time place combination.
I could.
Perfect shitty hardware
Yeah.
for the yeah. We did never answer your question about the other good Star Fox games.
Yeah, what is it? Am I forgetting something
Star
obvious?
Fox is also.
Yeah, it had a lot of positives.
Assault's alright, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I was hung up on how 64 was
think-
just better, and like how is it still my
I think
favorite one?
Star Fox Adventures is a pretty solid mid-tier Zelda game.
Which of these amazing games do you think should have made it to the losers finals? Let us know, and don't forget to like and subscribe because we have new episodes of Madness every Tuesday and Thursday. Also, if you haven't already, check out older episodes of Madness to see what we think about other games.